What's happening, sports fans? Welcome back to another episode of Mom and Papa Joe. Two butts and a brisket this weekend. We're cooking for some pull sandwiches for Mama's church. Let's get right into it. All right, folks, I'm not cooking these until tomorrow morning, but I just wanted to get the trim out the way, trim and seasoning out of the way. That way I'm not pressed for time in the morning. Got two healthy butts, man, just about 20 pounds total. This one is 10.2 pounds, and this one is right at 9.5 pounds. We got a decent prime, weighing in right at 20.26 pounds. I'm going to get these rinsed and dried off. I'm going to skim over this trim real quickly. If you're interested in a more detailed trimming video, I'll put one in the top right of the screen, my left, my top left. All right, folks, I'm going to call this good. I'm not going to go crazy. All right, this is going to feed a number of people at the church. So, I'm not going to go after this the way I normally do because I want to serve as much meat as possible. So, we're going to set this aside. Let's get these pork butts knocked out. They're not going to require a whole lot of trimming. We just want to get rid of any excess fat on top to create more room for bark. We'll call that good. Let's get a little cleanup and get ready for seasoning. All right, folks, so for this cook, I'm going to be trying out a couple of new rubs. I've got a brisket rub that I've been sitting on for quite some time. Circle Star Spicy Brisket Rub. I'm really looking forward to giving this a shot. It's a little finer than I normally use, but I think we'll make it happen. It tastes good out of the bottle. I'm not going to be using a binder today. I'm going to start with my 16 mesh cracked pepper. I'm seasoning meat side up first because I'm going to be cooking fat side up. It's a big brisket. It barely fits on my tray. Come back with this Circle Star. I don't know why I want to say Circle K. Give this a flip. 16 mesh. Remember, my sides are already done. My Circle Star. All right, I like how that looks. So I'm just going to cover this with some saran wrap before placing it in the fridge overnight. All right, let's knock out these butts. I'm going to be using Grand Oaks Barbecue Lone Star Dust. I'm telling you, this thing tastes amazing out of the bottle. I love the color. I love the large granules of salt and sugar. As usual, I'm going to start with my 16 mesh cracked pepper. Come back with my Grand Oaks. I'm telling you, look at these large granules, man. That color. I'm really interested to see what this butt is going to look like tomorrow. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, you can't be afraid to really season these large pieces of meat. A lot of the seasoning will come off during the cook. What's left will really help to flavor the interior. All right, folks, so get these covered in the refrigerator and get this place cleaned up. See you right back here tomorrow. We're back, sports fans. Fresh out of the fridge. We're going to try to put these on the grill as cold as they are. We're not going to bother about warming them up. The Traeger's outside preheating. So the Traeger XL is preheated to 225. I've got it running on super smoke. We're going to come in here first thing with these butts. These some big butts. We're going to run a second shelf today. I've never ran one on the top shelf, so looking forward to seeing how that brisket is going to turn out. First 3 hours, folks. We're still on super smoke. Let's see what's going on. I'm loving the color this is going to take on. That's that nice mahogany red color. Brisket is doing fine. Color's coming along nicely. We're getting ready to bump this pit up now to its cooking temperature, which is going to be 275. I noticed way back there on the lid, this brisket, as it shrunk, as it shortened from end to end and thickened, started touching up top. I think I'm going to move the brisket down to the bottom shelf. All right. I've got my BAS big blank spatula. Let's take her down and see if we can't get her in here. All right, this foil is just to make cleanup easy, folks. No other reason. Nothing else going on right now. We're not ready to spritz or anything. We're just going to keep cooking. We're now at 275. All right, 6 hour mark on this brisket. Oh my goodness, they're looking beautiful. Oh, I'm loving that color. These butts are pretty thick, so I think the brisket is going to be further along. Let's get a poke. Look at this fat jutting out right there. Again, normally that would not be there in my regular trim, but again, we're breaking these down, so not a big deal. All right, we're pushing 183. All right, 179. I'm going to pan this brisket. These butts, I know they're going to have a ways to go. We're talking 150-ish, 161. This one appears to be running a little warmer than this one. But let me get ready with a little beef stock, and we're going to wrap this brisket. We're panning. I've got some onion, some garlic. Just going to spread that out in the bottom of the pan. Coming in here with some hot beef stock. I don't know, that's maybe a half a cup. And we're going to grab this beef and into the pan. It's that simple, folks. Just going to wrap real tight. This is my old pan I used to use in competitions. And so we're back on the pit, and we're just going to continue. Actually, I'm going to rotate these and continue rocking. All right, we are at 8 hour mark. All right, we've been wrapped. We've been panned 2 hours, and these are at the 8 hour mark. Man, they look great. 171. All right, 73. Folks, we're going to wrap same way we did the brisket. Onions and garlic just spread out. Again, I want to incorporate the onions and the juices into the pool. That's great color. That is huge. I hope they'll both fit in here. I did not think of that. All right, we'll make them fit. Oh yeah, we make them fit. I've got some hot homemade pork stock. I used to make this quite often during my competition days. Still have some left over for special occasions. Just gonna wrap tightly like we did the brisket. And we're right back on there, still rocking 275. If you were pressed for time, you could crank your grill up. I'm not, so we're just gonna continue rocking. I'm gonna come out here in another half an hour or so and give the brisket a check. All right, we're 8.5 hours, folks. Let's give this brisket a check. We've been pan for 2.5 hours. Oh yeah, we're gonna pull. We're gonna let this rest before we do anything else. All right, we're at 210 in the flat, just about 210 in the point as well. All right, we've given this a couple hours to rest and cool down, folks. And I'm here to tell you I'm a little disappointed because that bottom shelf ran a little warm and I lost all my good juices. And then the onions I wanted to use caramelized a little too far. Because we're chopping this, should not be that big a deal. Let's see how crispy we got. Oh, yeah, we got a little crispy on the bottom. There's no doubt. But man, that is still a nice brisket. Wow, that is nice. You know my trim, this would not be here normally, man. Not a fan of that. Not a fan. But nicely rendered. And we're just gonna, I could probably just use my gloves, break this up. So folks, we just come in here with this, man. Oh, folks, this is money. Come back with this. Pull out some of that fat. Folks, these are going to make some awesome sandwiches. We're going to come back in here with a little more of this circle star. You're going to want to get you some of this, folks. My boy, Aaron Leslie's Brandon oil. Not sweet. It's nice and thin. And I think I'm going to use the whole bottle. That's all she wrote right there, folks. Some chopped brisket, pulled brisket, whatever you want to call it. Nicely seasoned. Great moisture. All right, we're going to put this one to bed till it's time for pickup. All right, we're a little over 10.5 hours, folks. We are where we need to be. All right, we're pushing 206, 207, 206. We're going to call this good. We're going to pull these butts off of here, get them a nice rest before we pull them. All right, we've given these butts a couple of hours, 2.5 hours to rest. Try to not make a mess. First thing I want to do is to strain my liquid. Not so much strain it, but defat it. Then we're just going to start breaking these down. Oh. All right. Once again, we want to make sure that we're not serving people huge pieces of fat. Fat is definitely going to enhance the flavor, but we don't want to overdo it. Like that, that's a lot. Oh, this is so juicy, so tender. This is making me want to make one of these for Mom and I. So that's about where we are there. All right, so we've got our au jus defatted. It's got all the onions and the garlic in it. And I'm here to tell you, it's absolutely delicious. Gonna run this Traeger Texas Spicy vinegar-based sauce. It is delicious. Oh, yeah. Folks, if you could only smell this. Folks, this is absolutely delicious. So once again, these are the two rubs that I use, man. Brisket and the pork butt. I'm going to put the link, the website. You definitely want to try these two. And you know your papa won't steer you wrong, folks. I never have. Link is going to be in the description. So there it is, folks. Very simple cook. Kind of a long day for us, only because I wanted to run at 275. If you want to move a little faster, then crank your grill up to a higher temperature. Other than that, it's a piece of cake. They're going to really enjoy these sandwiches that they make. Want to thank you guys and gals, as usual, for hanging out with Mom and Papa Joe. We absolutely appreciate it. Be on the lookout for another video coming very soon. And as always, Mom and I want you guys to take care of yourselves, love each other, and we'll see you when we see you. Holla.